What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Duke Reacts, part of the Dukendon channel. Today, we got ourselves a freaking doozy, bruh. I'm telling you, we got the battle of the baldness. On one corner, we got the Leady 30 and Pocket Watch It with JT. And on the other side, okay, we got Anton Daniels. And some of y'all was sending me this video like, Duke, you gotta react to this. You gotta react to this, okay? Pocket Watch It and TLA were going in on Anton Daniels. You have to cover it. We gotta see this, right? So I'm sorry it took so long to get to this, but like there were other things that we have to tie up in the space, and we're still looking forward to tie it up in the space. But we are glad to go ahead and cover this because listen, there's a lot of things that we got to talk about. Anton, there's a lot that we need to talk about, okay? Because you're doing a little too much, brother. Like, and don't get me wrong, with all of these individuals, I think they're terrific people, man. Listen, I fuck with every single one of them, but it's always at certain points where, you just gotta, ask some questions regarding certain things. But before we get into any of that, guys, we did a poll on the last live stream, and it seems like you guys really fuck with the new style, so we're to keep it going, because if you guys do, you guys are definitely gonna love the different kind of shows we're gonna be bringing forward to you guys pretty soon here. All right, so go hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification at the top so YouTube lets y'all know whenever we out in these streets. All right, but before we get into any of that, I gotta break down this Will Smith situation again, because it seems like some of y'all just don't understand it. And granted, I appreciate the comments, but listen, y'all, I don't think you guys are really understanding what we're trying to talk about here, okay? First things first, I'm gonna lay out the argument, and this is the last time I'm ever gonna lay out the argument, because if y'all don't get it by now, I don't know what else to tell you, okay? First things first, Will Smith gave August Alsina his blessing for Jada.
Express my truth. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. Mm-hmm. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
Okay, that's just what it was. And what you see out now in the Manosphere, or even at large, everyone is running with the idea that Will Smith's a simp because Jada is just running around behind his back. No, anybody who follows Will Smith or has been following Will Smith would understand that he's very, not only insecure, but very protective of Jada. It is what it is. And we understand that in his family life too as well. Another thing with the situation, if we're talking about the Oscars, yes, Will Smith was wrong for walking up to Chris Rock and slapping him. No one condones violence. However, I understand. I know people, and I've seen situations where dudes will talk about another person's mama, all right, and they'd get slapped, or sometimes even worse. When you put a man who's stressed and is in an emotional situation, you don't know how he's gonna react. A fucking harmless joke might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I'm not saying that like Will Smith was totally right or totally justified. I'm just saying that he doesn't deserve to lose everything because of a goddamn emotional breakout. I'm not saying that Will Smith is gonna lose everything. No, the brother's gonna be set. Trust me, he's gonna be set for a long time. But realistically, the third thing that I have a big problem with is A, the hypocrites that are coming out the woodworks and talking about it, but B, y'all who are talking about it too, like you know exactly what's going on. Some of y'all don't even know how to keep fucking relationships together, and you see a man trying to do it and you're shitting on him. Just because you would readily leave your situation doesn't mean other men are built the same way. And speaking of built the same way, none of y'all would have the same cash flow as Will Smith. So you don't understand how that process will work. I mean, we got niggas in the space right now who has only been in one long-term relationship convincing y'all to not get married. We getting another dude who's sitting in a 25-year successful marriage, tell you guys not to do it. We got a twice divorced person who's basically trying to teach y'all how to get married, okay? So we got people who have complete opposite backgrounds in this space who are teaching the most complete opposite things. What I'm just trying to have y'all do is just pay attention to it. That's all. If we're gonna have people like Jim Carrey come up here and talk about assault on the Oscars, he of all people should understanding better than anyone else. That's all I'm saying. So excuse the fuck out of me for just pointing that out, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't disagree. He was wrong. You know what I mean? That's so obvious. It's just mind-blowing at this point. But you have to come at a place of understanding, and everyone just piling on, it just doesn't make any sense. And realistically, if this shit would have happened to Chris Rock, the energy would have been kept the same. Sometimes we just need to understand that we're human beings. Like, that's it. And my last fucking issue on this particular situation is how people don't really even understand the alternative sexual lifestyle that people live, particularly people in Hollywood. Y'all are not Hollywood people, and some of y'all don't even understand alternative sexual lifestyle, because most of y'all dudes don't even understand sex. And some of y'all coming from spaces listening to guys who are telling you that a woman's orgasm doesn't fucking matter, okay? People outside of the normal relationships that you and I will have, and they engage in alternative relationships, whether they let people do stuff with the girl or whatever. The girl does stuff with other girls and the guy, however it is. They go to swinger clubs, whatever it is, all right? You guys who are not versed in that, you guys who don't understand that particular lifestyle, of course you're gonna see it as weird. Of course you're gonna see it as simping, because you guys are coming from a place of ignorance. But to them, for all we know, August Alsina could have been dealing with Will and Jada, and that could have been a close thing. For all we know, the guilt that Will is feeling right now is the guilt from understanding that, hey, this shit broke out because a guy basically leaked it, but you're getting all the blame for this situation. I'm not saying that's what that whole thing is. I'm just saying, Will Smith, there were rumors back in the day about what was going on. I'm just saying, particularly not maybe with August, but there were rumors, and these were rumors corroborated by people who were close to you in Hollywood. But what I'm trying to get at is, people live alternative lifestyles, especially people in Hollywood. So if you guys don't understand this by now, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying, if the rest of the space is going to run with this narrative that Will was just completely this doting husband and his wife Jada, this evil witch, was running around sleeping around, you guys are running around with false information. But anyway, that's the last I'm gonna say of it, guys. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. When I see it, and the thing is, I don't have a problem with the criticisms. Like, you guys, you're right? He's in the wrong. It is what it is, but realistically, it's just kind of weird when people are running around saying things as facts that wasn't really facts. And I'm just gonna be the person who's gonna be stating the facts. Will was wrong at that Oscars, but all the other shit you guys are saying about his girl running around on him, all these different stuff, about his family and his background and his sexuality and stuff like that, y'all don't know. And some of y'all are running around with ill-informed facts to people who are ignorant of information or just new ideas. Those new ideas will seem weird. It will seem scary. It will seem different. That is what it is. So just let Hollyweird do what Hollyweird does the best. I even see guys in the Manosphere saying that celebrities are just like us. Like, some of you guys just run around saying celebrities are just like us. Let me tell you something. No, the fuck, they're not like us. That's not how that works. Celebrities are in their own bubble for a reason, and you're in yours. Celebrities, they're known for being in their bubbles. They're known for thinking the way they think. They're the most out of touch with people that you can ever get. It's the celebrities. I don't know what else you're talking about. So when you're saying these people who've been living in their own bubble of fame and shit for this long are just like you, that's where you're wrong. And that actually speaks to the fucked up celebrity culture a lot of you guys have right now. They're not real. They're being paid to pretend to be real people, but they themselves are just empty. They live their own lives. They're nothing like you. So stop comparing yourself to celebrities. It's the main thing that gets us in this fucking mess to begin with. But anyways, I'm done with it. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and that bell notification at the top to let YouTube know whenever Duke and Don's in town. All right, so let's go ahead and get comfortable. Holy shit. All right. Yo, so the lead attorney, Pocket Watcher with JT, and Anton Daniels basically did a stream recently. And essentially during that stream, they were talking about, all general things, law, finance, money, business, different things like that, right? But they landed on a particular conversation, that had to do with YouTube and particularly monetization off of YouTube, on and off of YouTube, right? So they get into this debate. Anton said some things, and lead attorney and Pocket Watcher were just kind of like, what's going on here? So we're gonna break that down because I think there were some gems that were dropped in here that had to be said, and also some things that were should I say, not alarming, but very concerning in the manners of, how the discussion went down that we have to, address. All right. Anton Daniels, we need to talk. Okay. We kind of have to talk. Okay. This right here. Come on.
Though I take a little bit of a different approach in that I'm not focused as much on the visibility as I am on the content and the information, because I try to separate. I try to be really, really divisive. I don't want everybody. I only want a group of people, right? I'd rather have 100 people that really, really rock with me, that really get it and really want to learn, than 10,000 people that just casually tune in when I'm getting messy. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it. And what he's trying to break down here is a 300 analogy, right? You got 300 strong that'll ride or die and you win battles with any day versus an army that's 100,000 strong, right? I get it. I understand that, but saying that, because you're almost eliminating yourself from growth, right? Saying that doesn't care, you don't care about the content or the viewership or things like that. You only care about the people that rock with you. I understand that, and the people who rock with you are gonna get you those views. But realistically, my nigga, you need growth. You need growth, and just because you can monetize off of a few, 100 strong, right? Okay, that's fine. That means you got 100 strong. Now, how can you add more to that 100 strong? Ultimately, I agree with what you're trying to say, but like you're almost limiting yourself for growth with that kind of mentality. You need to be able to add to the army that you have. So just saying that you don't care about content or caring about monetization on YouTube like that, I understand where you're coming from, but at some point in time, as you're growing, even if you have, from 500 subs to 1,000 subs to 20,000, 30,000 subs, right? Eventually it stops becoming about you and starts becoming about the content. It starts becoming about the audience, the community that you're building. So your whole goal, you want that 100 strong that'll rock with you no matter what. But my nigga, why would you want to stay with 100 people? Like, you want to build that community and make sure it's solid.
So I take a slightly different approach, and I find that to be I think it's a lot more rewarding for me in all ways, both financially, because when I pull up and I do my
let's keep it a buck, Anton.
Yeah.
If you could snap your fingers and have 1 million subscribers, you would snap them right now.
No, I wouldn't.
Yo, come on, Anton. What the fuck, Anton? Anton, come the fuck on, dog. What are we talking about? What do you mean? You mean to tell me, Anton, knowing a shark like you, right? Someone who's sharp, right? If you could snap a finger and get 1 million subs with the money you making off of the 100 strong you got right now, you telling me you won't do it, Anton? You're telling me you won't do it, bruh? Oh, come on! I gotta call Cap now. Look at Pocket's face. You are dealing with an accountant on stage right now with you. Come on, man. Of course he's gonna call Cap if he's not wearing one. Ooh, come on, Anton. You lost me on that one, G.
Because I make more money with 97,000 subscribers. I make more money with, nobody has.
But you can make even more with 1 million. I get the Spartan analogy, bro. 300 strong, right? We good. We solid with my 97,000. But why wouldn't you want more? Like, what? It's so dumb. Like, I would want more. If you give me $1 million, oh, if I'm making money off my 97,000 right now, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire with this millions, right? Fuck, we gonna be making Kevin Samuels money. We gonna be damn right making Kevin Samuels YouTube money. So why wouldn't you want $1 million? I mean, that's just more reach, more attention, right? And you have the ability to move the algorithms or have sway in algorithms and shit. So I don't get why you wouldn't want that kind of influence. Anton, come on, you're capping, dog.
There's more members as a part of their tribe than me. Nobody.
You're talking about over here. You're talking about Black YouTube, because I can show you.
Nobody has more members as a part of their tribe than me.
All right, Anton.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, it's real.
True.
I mean,
there are white communities out here.
No. I'm talking about as a part of our community.
What does that mean?
As a part of Black YouTube specifically.
That's what I just said. You know.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
You go on the white YouTube, and it's content creators that are. I mean, the following that they have is amazing.
And this right here is where I have an issue with Anton, because I fuck with Anton. Matter of fact, I fuck with every single one on this panel right now. I got no problems with them, but you know, we gotta lay criticism where criticism is due. Anton, sometimes, bro, you sound like Saint the Sinner. I'm not even jagging, bro. You're arrogant sometimes. It just when you say things, I get it. You're trying to sound boastful and things. Ain't no shame in that. But then when you're trying to overdo it and say, "Ain't nobody doing this more than me," right? Okay, that's fine. But if you were just listening, if you just listen, he just already said that's Black YouTube, though. Like, that's Black YouTube. If we talk about like YouTube, like the Manosphere at large, or not even the Manosphere, just a YouTube at large, bro, there are people with like serious Patreon armies, bro. Like, they're not playing around. And not even Patreon, they got their own platforms that they steadily monetizing boatloads of money off that motherfucker. So to just say that you're the only one, bro, it's the most tone deaf thing. It's the most tone deaf thing I've ever seen, bro. Like, you're not aware of the outside reality right now. It's just too arrogant. And you got two brothers over here who are equally bald trying to tell you that, hey guys, I'm being respectful. I'm going there too, my nigga. My hairline's running. All right, I'm trying to chase it, but it's running. But hey, just chill, Anton, and just listen to what they're saying.
All right, and
that's true.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, so put it like this. I'll put it like this. Even if you want to skin it from a financial perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I generate more revenue as my understanding of being able to monetize content from YouTube more effectively. I make money from licensing. I make money from my old videos. I still make money from my urban exploration videos. I got videos that got 1.6 million views, but I've made more money outside of YouTube from those videos than I have on YouTube.
You are also talking to two other brothers who are making money, who probably have more money outside of YouTube than YouTube. That's why this is where the tone deaf comes in, because like, I wouldn't be especially above all, like Lead Attorney and Pocket Watcher, bro. They're both sitting in their offices outside of YouTube. Like, I don't get it. So clearly they're making money and they're in jobs that he's a CPA and this guy's a 20-year divorce attorney. They're clearly over 6 figures. I mean, what are we talking about here? So they've made money outside of YouTube. All right, now we're talking about, you know, outside of YouTube as in connected to YouTube. Well, that's not really outside of YouTube, and YouTube is kind of like just a marketing funnel for you, just like it's now a marketing funnel for their outside businesses too as well, right? So if we're going along that lines, my nigga, like, you can't have it just stick to Patreon. Patreon takes about 30%. So we got to look at all the other things that you're having people get funneled into, right? Is it the merge? Are we looking at, you know, other services and products outside of YouTube that you sell, that you're doing, right? Because then all of a sudden, if we're not talking about that, this argument really just starts to sound like one big dick swinging contest, bro. Especially if you're talking to two other professionals. Like, what are we doing? Like, and this is the thing, the arrogance, Anton, the arrogance. God damn it, you gotta chill on it. Listen, I'm gonna tell Saint the Sinner to chill. I'm gonna tell your ass to chill on it too, man. It starts to get listen. we are headed to a period of YouTube right now where authenticity is key, right? And people are now just getting exposed for just doing the fake shit, right? And the easiest way to spot that shit are people who overdo or oversay or overstate what they have or what they actually are. So it's a good thing to just, dial it back a little bit, man. If you got something, you got something, but you don't need to say, I am the one that is doing all of this, man. We get it. You got a strong army on YouTube. You got a solid base on Patreon, the best in Black YouTube. I give you credit, but nigga, at the end of the day, there's still a totem pole, right? You see what I'm saying? And there's some people who are always going to be higher. It's just how life is.
Compensation from YouTube is not the thing that we make the majority of our revenue from. Even on, well, I don't want to talk about the Lapeef Network because that's separate, right?
That's another YouTube channel.
Thing. But the sponsorships and everything that we get from a revenue perspective, it's way more money in that than the YouTube compensation that come along with it.
Listen, AdSense is just AdSense. All right?
Correct.
But if you have 100,000 subscribers versus 1 million subscribers, then your affiliate marketing looks different. Your sponsorship.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Listen. Your memberships look different.
Mm-hmm.
All of your numbers look different. If the 100,000 subscribers are of the same strength and intensity as the million, Anton, I mean, you're gonna make multiples more with 1 million, and you would snap your fingers.
But that's assuming lead. That's assuming that people.
So lead attorney just said, hey, I understand what you're saying, Anton, but if you have all that sponsorships, all the stuff outside of YouTube, even if you have a practice outside of YouTube, like the lead attorney and Pocket Watcher, right? If Pocket Watcher had 1 million subscribers than what he has right now, his practice will get way more business and way more sales than he would be getting right now at his current subscriber base. The exact same thing with lead attorney, right? And that's what lead attorney just broke down to you. What you're doing to monetize outside of YouTube, which is listing sponsorships and, listing Patreon and all this different stuff, which I still think that's all digital in itself, right? When you talk about monetizing outside of YouTube, I'm assuming that people have real practices. So let's just keep it a stack, man. Like, if we would ever monetize off of YouTube, it would be something that's actually real, like in the real world, right? I mean, the super chats and the AdSense are great, but why do you think we don't really ask y'all for anything? Because if we're really going to do something, it's going to be something that is in the real world that has real capabilities. Because unlike shit that Saint the Sinner likes to claim, we actually have skills, right? We actually have a tech team on YouTube, like right here, like people with actual tech backgrounds, right? Ain't that right, Saint? Hey, ain't that right? Hey, I'm not done with you, bro. Like, just keep that in mind. We watch it. But anyways, let's continue.
Know how to properly monetize the million. There's people.
You would.
No, everybody does not.
No,
everybody does not know how to monetize properly. Lee, everybody don't.
You would. I said you would.
I would. But here's the thing, though. The scenario that you gave is making the assumption that I don't.
Look at lead attorney's face. Look at lead attorney's face, dog. This is wild. Wow. He's like, come on, dude. Anton. Read the room, brother. Read the room, brother. Come on, G. Oh my God!
No, it's that you do. It's that if you snapped your fingers, you would get it.
No. Lee. Let's break it down. If I have 100,000 subscribers, right, versus another person that just has 1 million subscribers.
But that wasn't the hypothetical. But that wasn't the hypothetical.
That was not.
Okay, the original hypothetical question was, if you could snap your fingers and get 1 million subs, would you do it? I would, and chances are majority of you guys in the chat right now would too, right? So what you're trying to take it back to, Anton, is if I had a subscriber count of 100,000 and another YouTuber, no, that's not what they're saying. I get the point, Anton, you're trying to make, right? You would rather, if it came down to it, 100,000 strong versus 1 million, standard, right? You would take the 100,000 strong versus the 1 million standard. Even though the numbers are bigger, the potential reach is larger, right? Maybe that particular million doesn't have what it takes to get the 100,000 strong kind of leverage. You see what I'm saying? Right? I understand where you're coming from, Anton, but this is where we're talking about listening. You're not listening to what they're saying, and you're now so like dug into your own trench. You're trying to backpedal, right, and move, and you forgot who y'all dealing with. You're dealing with a goddamn lawyer and an accountant, like the two most groups that are gonna catch you on everything, right? Listen, I will not willingly go talk to a lawyer for any circumstances whatsoever. You want a panel with not only a lawyer but a certified CPA, my dude. Like, they are gonna hold on to every word and everything you say. They're used to talking to people for a living. So, like, when we talk about listening skills in the face of professionalism, this is where it really matters. Okay, and Anton, come on, man, your arrogance is showing. Okay, you gotta zip up.
Wait. That's my understanding of it, because there's YouTubers every single day, and it's out there. It's out there. They do interviews with Inc. magazine. They do interviews with Forbes, and they say exactly how much money they make as a content creator. They literally expose exactly what their numbers are, and they don't generate a lot of money from YouTube. They make hold on, JT.
I don't think you understand the hypothetical.
Majority of their money outside of content creation. There's people that have over 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers on Instagram that make more money from Instagram than people that are on YouTube, because they know how to monetize their platform more effectively.
We get it, but if that person on Instagram had an opportunity to get 1 million subs, and at a snap of a finger, they would do it. Matter of fact, you got boys who are fucking buying fake Instagram followers and likes and fucking views just to mimic that. All right, so if you had an opportunity to just get that on the snap of a finger, you would. That's the argument. They're not making a 300 argument, Anton. Like, I get it, bro. Like, and what this kind of shows to me is that this probably, and I don't want to like say anything in terms of like his like what he's feeling, but like I think he's thinking as though that they're coming at him. Right, because I think they're all relatively in the same space, minus Pocket Watcher. But Pocket Watcher has a huge influence, so he's right up there, right? And I don't know. I think he's taking it personally, because I don't understand what other argument he's like. I don't get the point, right? If you could be bigger, you would. Right, I get it. You're small compared to Kevin Samuels and maybe Lead Attorney, and I don't know if you guys are about the same with Pocket Watcher. I don't know where Pocket Watcher is, but like, this is not an insecurity thing. They're just being objective. You're talking to the two most logical and objective people you can ever talk to in a professional setting. They're not trying to come at you emotionally or anything like that. So I'm not sure if that's what the argument's all about, but I'm getting those vibes. Any of y'all getting those vibes too in the chat? Like, let me know in the chat if you guys getting those vibes, because like, if you really had it and you're confident and you're 100 strong, you shouldn't be sounding insecure right now. That's what it is.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So just to have a casual amount of people
is actually what you're saying is actually agreeing to Lee's point.
Okay, so maybe I missed.
You missed the hypothetical. The hypothetical was if you snapped your fingers right now, you could have 1 million subscribers. He's saying you would snap your fingers, because if you're able to monetize at under 100K,
right?
What could you do with 1 million?
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, if you compare different platforms accordingly, some people do not know how to monetize their platforms effectively. There's some content creator. Let's take your favorite, Jay Morrison. Why is he out here scamming people? If he let's be real. Let's be clear. If Jay Morrison has more than all of us, all three of us on this platform right now, agree?
With subscribers?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Jay Morrison is beating me, you, and the lead. We can probably combine our subscribers on individual channels, and he probably got more than us combined.
Yeah, but his channel is dead. He gets like 100 views.
That's my point.
But no, that like, listen, that's not. I get what you're trying to say, but like, even if he has more subs, that could be due to a number of different factors, right? And the Pocket Watcher is actually right, because you know it's the views that matter. The sub counts don't fucking matter, because let me tell you this: people buy subs all the fucking time. Go ask your Fresh and Fit boys; they do it all the time. People buy freaking subs, so the subs don't matter. It's just a validation thing. The views are what matters. The views is actually what sponsorships and what he's talking about is what they pay you on. Is the views. How big is your reach? How much does YouTube promote your videos out there? So in a sense, Pocket Watcher is right, but then when you're trying to compare it to size for size, you can't really. You can have 1 million subs, but if you're getting 1,000 views per video, like, what does 1 million subs got to do with any of that? You're not gonna eat much off of YouTube. It doesn't matter. It's how big can your funnel be to redirect them into something completely different. All right. And realistically, Jay Morrison probably at some point in time we're getting those type of views. I don't know. I haven't looked at his channel. We could probably check. But at one point in time was getting those views. But realistically, if people are outing him as a scam, or he's not really on top of the algorithm like that, because there's a certain way you got to ride the algorithm, right? Well, people are just gonna fall off. YouTube's not an easy job, bro. Like, it's not a job. YouTube's not easy work, right? You got to always think about new content. You got to develop new styles. You got to do things in different ways, right? So I completely understand that, but like you saying that comparing size for size, nah, bro, it's the views. The views matter at all points. If anything, if you want to have a good barometer, right? If your view is like 10 to 20% of your sub counts, you're in the clear. Right, if you're just 10 to 20%, if it's below that, like, so if you have 1,000 subscribers, but you're getting like maybe 18 views in 24 hours, right? In less than 24 hours, your channel's whack, right? It means you need to change your content, do stuff with your tagging and stuff like that. But if you got those same 1,000 views and you're getting 500 views for video, right? Damn near 50% engagement views, right? Then that's huge. That means that whatever you're doing, whatever sauce you got, it's working. You just have to figure out the formula within that, not the particular content itself, but the formula within that to then replicate it. That's just how that works, right? So you want to be anywhere between 10 to 20%, and everything above that is above average. So you look at some of these channels with even 100 to 150, 180, if they're getting you at 20,000 views for video, 10,000 views for video, sometimes it could be good, sometimes it can, not be good in terms of, the skills. I know channels with 500,000 subs that are getting 1 million views per video, per drop. All right. So that means whatever sauce they got, YouTube's fucking with that. YouTube's fucking with that secret sauce, right? Same thing with Kevin Samuels, right? He's at that 20%, 10 to 20% mark, right? He's at 1 million subs or 1 million plus subs, right? But his video average around 300,000 views per video, per drop. So that's just basically what it is. He's in the clear. That means he has a big enough funnel to be able to funnel people into what business he wants to. So to anyone else who is within that ratio.
If he doesn't know how to monetize his content effectively, the numbers don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but I think also with all the info that's out about him, his subscribers are just dead. They don't even pay attention when his videos drop because because of his actions and the information that has been out about his actions. YouTube is not even that effective for him anymore because,
like I said, there was so many different factors. You can't just compare sub for sub, Anton.
YouTube is where you can find most of the information about him.
But did he ever really?
But over on Instagram, he's popping. He's still popping on Instagram.
You speaking to my point, though. Did he ever really generate that level of revenue from YouTube in the first place?
I have no idea.
That's my whole point, is that you can have a lot of subscribers, but that doesn't even necessarily mean nothing. It's people that literally buy platforms with a lot of subscribers, and it doesn't mean anything. People sell platforms. Matter of fact, I think it was it's a platform that just recently sold that my buddy told me about. House of
What was it? Was it Ramil? Was it Ramil? Was it Ramil that sold it? I'm just guessing for a friend.
Highlights, I think. It's called House of Highlights. They used to put up basketball content.
Yeah, I know.
And it used to get a lot of hits and a lot of views. And also on top of that, the thing that people don't understand from a YouTube perspective is that all content isn't created equal, right? If you out here doing pranks, your level of revenue from YouTube based off of what the advertisers are willing to pay for that specific content varies widely. It's a huge gap between this certain level, certain content, and then this content over here. And people don't have the nuances. They don't have the understanding to understand exactly what that means.
I get it. Like, for instance, if we were going to keep it in the prank genre, right? You got someone like Vitaly. Vitaly, this is, I think he's like Ukrainian or Russian dude that will go up and prank people in public, right? Compare his viewership now to like someone who's like, Jadion, right? Jadion, like he gets like 1 million views per video, over 1 million views per video drop, right? Compared to Vitaly, it's, it's kind of going downhill. So I get it. Not all content is created equal, but you're also making their point, Anton. Their point is that's not the point that they were trying to make. If you were to snap your fingers, would you take 1 million? And yes, because you, Anton, they're saying you already know how to monetize off of 100,000. Therefore, you would do a lot more with 1 million. I don't get why you're still on the other argument, bro. This is where, like, after watching this, I'm like, this has to be something deeper. This is not like, because I would have heard this and I'd be like, oh yeah, I get what you said. Yeah, I agree, right? I mean, they also agree to your point. Like, I hope you understand that. But like, this is why self-awareness sometimes is very important. Okay, I get it. We let our egos out there. You have to have that kind of attitude, right? If you want to, be like the guys who the entrepreneurship types and whatnot, right? I get it. I got the big dick in town, right? This is me right here, right? All the shit that Saint the Sinner does. But the reason why we criticize guys like that is because there's a fine line between confidence and being assured of who you are to then arrogance and insecurity. And when we see guys who are supposed to be leaders in the space that people look up to walk or cross that line, you got to come back. You got to realize when to come back. You're walking that fine line, Anton. I don't know what else to tell you.
And so other people would prefer to level or to leverage other platforms, right? Content creators make nothing on TikTok, from TikTok specifically, but they would dedicate way more energy and way more resources into pulling up and making sure that TikTok is the platform that they leverage because they know how to monetize their audience more effectively. The YouTube AdSense revenue model is not the thing that people need to be dependent on, and everybody is so focused on getting monetized, but that is not the way in which you generate the most revenue. It's probably the way that you generate the least amount of revenue if you know how to do it correctly.
That's what they just said.
I agree that successful YouTube channels have multiple streams of revenue. AdSense is a part of it, but it's certainly not the whole thing. And in most cases, it's not even the biggest part. The biggest part can be sponsorships. The biggest part can be affiliate marketing. Some of these huge content creators, like the stuff that they get on the marketing side and the sponsorship side, it's crazy amounts of money. So totally agree with you on that specific point. I do think, though, Anton, that if you could snap your fingers right now and have 1 million subscribers, you would be snapping.
If I could, yes. If I could, yes.
That's what they
do. Your fingers and have 1 million subscribers, you would snap them right now.
No, I wouldn't, because I make more money with 97,000 subscribers. If I could, yes.
Okay.
But I don't think that somebody that some content creators cannot out-earn me.
Oh my God. Okay. That's pretty much the end of the video, man. Like, what do we got to say about this? Listen, Anton, you just got to listen, bro. That's just what it is. And the whole arrogance thing, because you came off mad arrogant in that video, man. And I think it showed because you weren't listening to what they were trying to say. If you could snap your fingers, you would choose 1 million views. Easy. There's no if, ands, or what's about it, dog. Like, all this stuff is just a whole bunch of fluff. Okay, just cut it out. We're all normal people here. I would snap my fingers if that meant 1 million subs right now, and it'd be a lot more shit we'd be doing, guaranteed, right? So it just is what it is. If you have opportunity for more influence, more power, who wouldn't take it? I know I would, and some of y'all would too. So, Anton, realistically, you know, we gotta dial it back a little bit. Okay, we know you're great, we know you're the top dog. All right, you don't need to go Saint the Sinner on us, okay? Because like it just starts to look weird, you know what I'm saying? So let's just be out here. Let's encourage other guys to get at it, get their money up, not the funny up. All right, and we'll be back at it again, guys. I appreciate you checking and spending your time with us. Let me know what you think of the video. All right, who is in the right here and who is in the wrong? All right, who are you rocking with right now? Overall, I think they were all on the same page here, so no bad blood. But yeah, I did notice some things within this interview that did need to be called out. All right, but what do you guys think? All right, was Anton, was he in the right? Was he in the wrong? Right, or was he not understanding this? What are your thoughts on the whole conversation? Fucking let us know. With that being said, guys, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the sub button, that bell notification at the top to let YouTube know, or let YouTube let you know whenever we're in town. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.